This is Instructor Emilie, and today we're kind of doing a behind-the-scene look at what's something we would do with new horses we have to the program. So this is Miss Jasmine. She's new to All-Star and she hasn't been used in a therapy class yet for mounted riders. So we're just going to go over a little bit of some of the things we look at when we have a new horse coming into the program, and just a little behind-the-scene peek of what we might do with Miss Jasmine. So today we're close to regular classes, so there's nobody else here as far as riders or anything like that, and it gives us a good opportunity to work with some of the newer horses in the barn, get them used to everything without having there be any safety issues or concerns that she might spook or anything like that. So Miss Jasmine's already been groomed and tacked, so we've been working with her on that. She takes up all 4 feet. You can tell she's rubbed out part of her mane from trying to get to grass. But next we would do is try the saddles on her. So she's a little pony, so she only can ride with small riders and small tack. So we're going to try an English saddle today. And this is a riser for an English pad, but we're going to use it on her because it's a shorter one. Let's see how she does. She's had it on her before. We're just going to talk about some of the things. So this is too big for her. It comes all the way over, but for today and training purposes, it'll work. One of the first things you'll notice is I just put it on, and when I did, her head raised and her ears are pointed back to me. So she's thinking about it, her nose is stiff and a little twitchy, and her eyes looking at me, so she's not 100% comfortable, but she's okay with me doing it, and she's just looking and watching to see what we're going to do next. So we got our blanket on. So we've got a tiny little English saddle, and I'm going to walk up to her shoulder just like you would with a big horse. What we don't want to do is treat her any different in that we don't want to be in her space. Like if you wouldn't do it for a big horse, you shouldn't do it for her either, or any kind of pony. So we're going to give her the respect of letting her look at it if she wants. She's just kind of ignoring me. So the next thing would be to put the saddle on. So I bumped her right there, and she flinched but didn't move her feet. So her head's coming up. She's not super happy about it, but she's being very patient. Good girl, Miss Jasmine. Doesn't really care. Like I said, her head's pretty high. She's not 100% comfortable, but that could be something that comes with experience and age. Miss Jasmine's only 5. So while she's been ridden before, it hasn't been very much, and it's certainly not at All-Star yet. So I'll get her girth. Normally you don't want to walk away from your tack if it's not attached to your horse, but my girth was just off camera right there, so I went ahead and grabbed it. When I walk around her, just like a normal horse, I touch her butt as I walk around, and then I'll attach the girth on this side. All the while kind of watching to see how her ears are doing, if she's pitting her ears, or if she has anything she's uncomfortable with. She doesn't seem to care. So I'll rub on her neck. They're going to have to be used to being touched all over. She's doing pretty good. Back around the other side. Same thing for a big horse. I reach under to get the girth and up. So it's very high on this side, so I'll bring it down the other side. So it's swinging, it's touching her leg. She doesn't seem to care. Her head's kind of dropped. She's relaxed some. Oh, Miss Jasmine. In her. Oh, better. So like I said, we're close to classes today, but we're doing schooling this morning. So those horses come in, whether they be new or just our regular horses. We have a team of schoolers who have horse experience and have been trained to work with the horses. So if you see anybody in the background, that's what they're doing. So just then when I put on the girth, you're going to notice she took a couple steps back. Wasn't 100% sure about what I was doing, but was patient and tolerant about it. So the next part, I'm going to go ahead and run out my English stirrups so they're not flopping to start with. I'll do the same on the other side, and then I'll do work in the arena. Just circles with the saddle. I'll lengthen the stirrups different lengths so they're flopping on her side. Like I said, I've done this with her before, and she's been pretty good. I just want to kind of show you guys what we might do on a regular day for schooling. So we've got Miss Jasmine here. She's off the wall. Our stirrups are down, and I've got a carrot stick. So just a stick with a rope on the end, and we're going to work on some desensitization. So I might walk up to her, rub her on the shoulder. She's looking a little flinchy, but doesn't really care. Run over her butt and the rump, down her leg. Sorry if the camera's shaky. It's hard to do them both at the same time. So she flinched when I brought it under her belly, so I'll just keep it there until she relaxes. And once she does and stops flinching, I'll move it off. So another good thing to try for us when we're working with new horses is to take the carrot stick with the rope over the saddle. Stand back a little bit. You can see it's on her legs. Whoop, got a little stuck. Good girl. So when that happens, you just slowly pull it up and over the side. She's looking at it, but she hasn't moved her feet. A little flinchy when I hit her on the side, so I'll just continue that movement until she stops flinching. Or she relaxes. So she dropped her head like that. Even though she's still a little flinchy, she's licked her lips. So a lot of horses, when they lick their lips like that, it means that they're coming down from being stressful, from a stressful situation, excuse me. So ideally we wouldn't want them to lick their lips at all, because that means they had a moment of stress. But when they do, it means after that, they are less stressed. Good girl. So do one side. Excuse the horrible shaky camera. Do the same thing on the other side. This is not quite as sure on this side. Start on the shoulder. She takes a step, I just stay in the same spot. She's a little confused. So I'll shorten the lead rope and start again. And just stay in the same spot until she relaxes. Good girl. Over the saddle. Over her rump. A little flinchy. So you just keep going the same motion in a rhythm. See, she's flinching less and less. And she might still flinch when I release, but if she relaxes in another way, I'll go ahead and give to the pressure and tell her good girl. So that time she barely flinched. Her ears are moving, and I'll just relax. So after warming up Jasmine with the carrot stick on the saddle, I went ahead and started working with her, desensitizing her to some of our props that we use in class. So in this case, a ring and a horseshoe. Both are plastics. We worked on having them clank together, touching the saddle all over her. And then this little video shows the end result of the horseshoe on her neck and the ring on her head. And as you can tell, she was a champ about it. Thank you for watching this video about a little behind the scenes of working with a new horse in the All-Star program. Hope you have a good day.